We're here. We're ready to go. Podcasting.
Yay.
First podcast.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll just dive into it. And I'm not a pro by any means, so no pressure on you to like be on this like high level. Like I know I probably appear like I'm, up there, but yeah, no, we're just gonna go through it. And really, I just like love doing these because I get to know the people a little bit better.
Fair enough.
Like I'm not in the office all the time. So brushing shoulders with people doesn't happen a lot.
Mhm.
Just at the meetings, it's so busy and stuff. But yeah, we'll just dive into some things.
Okay.
So, hi everyone. I'm Jordan. Welcome to the Realtor's Journey, the show where we take a deeper look into the person behind the realtor. So today's guest is someone that is not afraid to try new things and take on new challenges, from rock climbing to roller skating and snowmobiling to lacing up the goalie pads. Saw that
Pretty
recently.
well.
Yeah, do a little research on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's extremely knowledgeable about all things real estate to protect her clients and get them the results in any market. Welcome to the podcast, Karie Montgomery.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have a nickname by chance?
I do. I have a couple. So I was little one when I was younger,
Okay.
and my latest nickname is Smurf from like all of our friends. It's a reference from Animal Kingdom
Oh
because I
yeah.
take care of my boys.
Yeah, we actually watched that show. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
seen it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
awesome.
had to watch it when they started calling me Smurf.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go the route of like the cartoons or whatever.
Oh no. No, I know. People are like Smurf, and my snowmobile is very blue,
Yeah,
so Smurf blue. Yeah.
yeah, it ties in. Yeah, good show. I think there's what 5 seasons or something like that.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
She dies in the end.
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Spoiler.
no one's seen it.
We'll cut that off. Yeah. Yeah, I just like coming up with nicknames for people and stuff based on like whatever they're doing or whatever. And
Dare I ask what you would give me a nickname as?
well, we haven't like hung around enough to like kind of see these like obscure things or whatever.
Yeah,
That's usually what I base it off of. Like I got a lot for Drew just because I've been around him a
I think
lot.
we all have a lot for Drew.
Yeah. I mean, good ones and bad ones. He's a
Yeah,
good sport with it though.
yeah,
Yeah. Do what I want, Drew, Dairy Drew, Double N Drew, just stuff like that.
yeah.
For you, I don't know. I'll get something soon.
You'll
But
see.
looking at your name, like Montgomery, I would just naturally go to like Monty.
Yeah,
Anybody ever call you that?
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
Monty.
It's not one that's stuck, but
Monty Python, like the movie.
call that.
No, we'll leave it. We'll let that marinate and we'll come up with something better. Anyway, so tell us, how long have you been a realtor and what area do you serve?
So I have been in the business for 14 years, just over 14 years,
Okay.
and I live in Drumbo. So Blandford Blenheim has been like my home base for many, many years. But I service Oxford County and surrounding areas.
Nice. So for 14 years, you're kind of the Drumbo. Is that like poking you there?
Well, I keep moving it, so it's like it's fine. It's just this one.
Yeah.
It's
Stay
fine.
in there.
Yeah, distractions.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like that's kind of what I've seen. Like a lot of your deals that I see you do, which I think you just did too out in that area recently.
Yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But yeah, you're kind of like that Drumbo area.
So small town country properties are kind of like it's my passion. That's kind of where I'm drawn to. I grew up in the country, so I like helping people with those situations. Well, septics, that type of stuff. Some people steer away from them, and I'm like, let's do this.
Yeah.
So
They're not that difficult
no,
once it's pretty simple systems actually.
yeah, yeah,
But I could definitely see how it's intimidating. Like I grew up in Woodstock, so didn't grow up around that stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just if that's what you're drawn to. Like, did you grow up on a farm or was it just like a country property?
Just in the country. So we grew up just outside of Innerkip, so not far. We had about an acre property, and the neighbors had like 100 acres, so we did maple syrup and all that kind of stuff. So no farm, but country lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, all the fun without the work.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, grew up out in that area, you're working out in that area. I think that's a really good combo for you to help out your clients. So you've been doing this about 14 years. So, what did you do before real estate?
I knew you were going to ask that. So
It's kind of the whole
yeah,
name of the show.
so I took chemical engineering in school. So I worked in that field for probably 10 years, maybe a little bit longer. At the time, when I switched over, I was working in a factory in quality control. doing continental midnight shifts
Oh,
with 2 kids.
wow.
So I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work. So somebody once told me, I've always been interested in real estate and like going through houses and stuff. Maybe it's the noisiness in me. I don't. But somebody said take the first course, and if you feel the desire and want to continue, then do it. And I never stopped.
Yeah.
So here I am.
So you got into it and you sunk your teeth into that. It's quite different from a chemical engineering background, I would think.
Yep.
Like, I don't
Yes.
really know exactly what that job is that you just mentioned. I'm a pretty like simple guy,
Yeah.
but that sounds like, I don't know. Can you elaborate on that?
So the jobs that I did within that industry was quality control. So you do like different testing. So I worked at one company that did government testing of tobacco products.
Okay.
So we like extracted the different components of it and analyzed it. I know it's geeky, boring. Um, so yeah, very different from this. I did advance to a supervisor position there. So interacting with people and various personalities, that relates to real estate,
Hmm.
as well as the analytical aspect of like quality, making sure things are, in order. So that kind of comes over to it. But yes, very, very different fields.
Yeah, that was my immediate thought was the analytical side
Mhm.
because you probably have like all those practices in place where you've, you know, broken things down and just tried to understand it. And
Yeah.
that probably comes into real estate really well.
Yes. Standard operating procedures and yeah.
So have you integrated that sort of standard operating procedures? Like, do you have that in your business or
Honestly, not really.
no?
I should do more.
It's up here.
Yeah, like it's not something where I'm like, okay, I have this going on. I need to do this, 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 and this.
Hmm.
It's more, I think it's just in my head that like, I know when I'm dealing, and I think it comes along with your time in the business too. Like if I'm dealing with a country property, I know I need well, septic, different clauses in there, and I kind of break it down that way. So maybe that aspect it kind of comes into play.
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't have like a standard operating procedure at all. I didn't even know what that meant until like a few months ago when somebody was in the office talking about it. But yeah, it's all up here. Like you
Yeah,
know what you're doing. It's just not like written down into like a step-by-step thing.
yeah,
But I think it would be beneficial to have that just,
yeah.
in terms of like consistency and growth, then you can have some help down the road.
Yeah, and I think it's good for newer agents too. If we had SOPs written out, then new people coming in, because coming into the business, I do remember coming into it, and you do kind of go through school and then you get thrown into it. So, I dealt with a younger agent who was like, "Yay, I did my first country property and it's firm and yay." I'm like, "Well, did you get this and this?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, okay, let's go do that.
Yeah.
So I think if we had more of that, not just for our own business, but to pass down, like you said, to
Yeah.
help.
Maybe you could do some sort of master class within the office
Yeah,
for like rural properties, just like those extra things that you got to know.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Seems to be the direction that our office is going with all this like training and stuff,
Yes.
right? So that would be your niche.
Yeah, yeah. Country properties.
Yeah. What were some like early influences that you did or like any early passions that you had that might have been an influence into like getting into real estate or
I don't honestly, it was just houses. Like my mom has always been into more design aspect, and kind of enjoys different architecture and stuff like that. And I think I kind of inherited some of that from her. So I'm like, if I can get a job where I get to go through people's houses and check it out, I'm in. So yeah, and it just kind of evolved from there.
yeah. And then just kind of like going back to like you said you were working a job with like two young girls. Like that's got to be tough. Like what age were they when you were doing the continental shift?
So Lily was 2 and Grace was newborn. So I started doing the courses. She was maybe 6 months old.
Wow.
Yep.
Kudos to you. I couldn't imagine.
Well, and you think it was difficult too because when you like people who are in real estate, it can be a pretty demanding job. So
Hmm.
having young kids at home takes a toll on that.
Yeah. So they would have been like young teenagers when you got into no, sorry, you said you're doing the courses when they were two.
Lily was 2, Grace was born
Yeah.
2
So
and 6 months.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's really tough. And then To take on a career change and have the kids at the same time, that's a lot going on.
It was a lot.
How did you manage
I
that?
went into autopilot. Like my
Okay.
brain was like, I'm like, um, yeah, it was difficult. My mom and my sister stepped in a lot to help with the kids. My husband was there at the time, was there too. We
Yeah.
won't get into that. That's a whole other
Yeah.
that's a whole
Whatever.
other podcast.
Yeah.
No, they helped out a lot. So, because you do your stuff during the day, but then it was in the evenings when you're out. But luckily my parents, they were there.
Yeah.
They were always looking for time to hang out with the kids. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Did you ever like once your kids got a little bit older, did you ever like take them out onto like showings or like any type of
Oh
real
my
estate
God,
business,
yes.
stuff like
Yeah.
that? Open
They'll sit in
houses?
the car. So they'll be 16 and 18 this coming month. Yeah, they come and hang out at open houses sometimes, or I'll be like, they'll sit in the car and hang out while I go show a house. So
Yeah.
they kind of see things from a distance. Grace thinks that she might want to get into real estate. So she's like, Mom, we could be like a mom-daughter team. And I'm like, good, start learning now.
Do you think you'd like that working with your daughter?
I think so. She would bring an aspect, I think, to it that is different. So I'm analytical, a little bit creative at times. She's highly creative and very outgoing
Yeah.
and big personality. So instantly I'm like, yeah, you're marketing.
Yeah.
Yep. So
It's good to have that, like different flavors, different strengths and stuff like that,
yeah,
just to complement each other. So that sounds like it could be a really good
could be.
team in the making there. And that's the older one or the younger?
That's the younger one.
Oh, okay. So you got to wait a couple more years at least till she can
Yes.
start.
Yeah. Well, she might do co-op next year, so
Oh
I'll
yeah.
start integrating. We'll
Yeah.
see.
That's good. Yeah, get some free labor.
Yeah. I did tell her certain courses, like take some business courses, take some accounting courses, like
Yep.
to kind of ease her in. But
That's cool that you can kind of give her that sort of advice if that's what she is thinking now that you've kind of been there. You're
yeah,
15, almost 15 years in. So
yeah.
kind of steer her a little bit. I'm honestly looking forward to that too. Like my daughter, she's just coming up on 2 this summer. And when she gets up to the age of, I don't know, like was it around like 6, 7, maybe when you started bringing them out with you?
Throwing them in the videos. Well, we didn't do back then. We didn't really do a lot of videos, but
But
yeah,
just like taking them
yeah,
along and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I'll be doing that too.
yeah.
And she'll
I
just
think
have like a phone recording me the whole
yeah,
time. Get some
be a
behind
little
the scenes.
wobbly.
Yeah.
I think clients um can appreciate it too, right? Because they want to see we're human beings too.
Yeah.
So we have lives outside of this. Like we're not just strictly, you know,
Hmm.
9 to 5 jobs. Like we have lives outside of this. And yeah, like we have to meld them together.
Yeah, it actually just made me think of the flip side of that. Did you ever have any clients that didn't like that? If you brought your kid along or something, like did it ever have a negative sort of?
No, I mean I would depends on the situation. Like I would always kind of mention, do you mind if, I
Mhm.
bring them along. Yeah, I honestly didn't take them a lot. If I did, they were old enough where it's like, I'm gonna run in and show this house and they'd come and sit in the car type thing. Like don't worry, I'm not leaving like 3-year-olds in the car.
Yeah, I cracked the window. She's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't had any issues where people were like, oh my God, she brought her daughter.
That's good. I don't know why. I'm just always thinking of, I guess being a parent now, I'm thinking like that now too,
Yeah.
like the negative side of things and just,
I think as long as you're not, I mean, it's different if you're gonna take them, but honestly, it's like people taking their kids to open houses. You have to you need to be focused on your clients, right? And not letting them kind of run all around. You don't want to be distracted by that. But
oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't think your daughter's like that. Although she did run away on watching Bluey.
She's a runner. She's a runner for sure. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see how she grows up and changes or if she like stays the same. But
Yeah.
yeah, she'll run, Bluey and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so you said like getting into real estate, you just had a conversation with somebody that kind of mentioned like, hey, maybe you should do this.
Honestly, Jordan, it's been so long. I don't remember exactly how I got into it. Like there wasn't one specific person where it was like, yeah, why don't you do this?
Okay.
It was just kind of, I don't know, on a whim, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, just want to change or
Yeah,
something.
like I didn't really know, like growing up, I knew one person that was in real estate. So it's not like I had an outside influence who was like, yeah, I'm in the business, ask me some questions. I didn't have that. I just kind of,
Just struck you one day.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe check it out. Yeah. That's kind of similar to me too. I didn't even know what realtors were, what they did, like
Mhm.
until probably in college. Like I had no idea. And even then I still didn't. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. And then you just kind of rolled with it and grew this love for it and passion. And
Yep.
you're clearly passionate about it. Like I see you like you're contributing to a lot of the trainings and stuff that we do.
Yep.
Like you know a lot of stuff that way. And like the way you speak about it, like you definitely are passionate about it. So I
Thank
think
you.
you found your fit here.
Thank you.
Yeah. No plans on going anywhere else?
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I was with my previous company for 13 years. Um, yeah, and Gale Group. I mean, I've known Jen for probably 13 years.
Yeah.
13, 14 years. So, you know,
You guys worked together at a previous
we
office.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how you got to know each other, or did you know her before?
I didn't know her before. We met at that office and then um here we are reunited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how things kind of circle back that way.
Yeah.
It's like going back to you go off to college and you always find your way home back to your hometown or
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah. What was your first year like in real estate? Can you think back to any sort of like challenges or how it might have been different then than what it is now?
So I think I don't know. It's different in the aspect. Well, I mean, I'm different now as a person. So back then, I'm still pretty reserved and shy. Maybe it doesn't always seem that way, but
No, I don't get that.
yeah. So the first year, I think, is always difficult if you don't know if you don't know people who are selling. It's hard to put yourself out there to kind of get out there and get a bit more experience. And I think that's something where the industry needs to improve. Doing some kind of a mentoring program and I mean Gale Group kind of provides that too with so many agents and
Mhm.
the what do they call it, senior agents or
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. So it's funny, one of my first deals was actually with Jen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she had, I don't know, there was a bank sale coming up and she's like, hey, you want to come on this with me? So that was one of my, I think it was actually my first deal that I ever did
Nice.
in real estate was Jennifer. With Jennifer.
Well, you never forget your first, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, mine was very similar actually as well. Another agent brought me in and needed some help. She had somebody that she was working with for a while, and then out of the blue, they kind of came back around wanting to go see something while she was on holidays.
Yeah.
So I helped her out with the showing there, and then that just kind of led into a couple things and just kept rolling with it. But I think getting some help from like a senior agent or something to help
Yeah.
or to start you out is
So
huge.
I was known for like the first, I would say many years, maybe 5 years, if not longer, um, as cover girl
Oh yeah.
at our office because if people went on holidays or they weren't able to do anything, then they would call me and I'd cover their business. So, um, actually Ben's probably one of the ones that was nicknamed me that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's another way, like when you're newer in the business, just offer to help out and make it happen.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Be available, be ready to help.
Yep.
Um, Open house coverage, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to get your foot in the door. Just like I'm still working with people from, you know, that led from like an open house like years ago. And
Yeah.
then it's like you just keep kind of,
The trickle effect.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like drill down or whatever you can do to like create more opportunities there. But um, no, I think one thing I'm always curious about is just like some of the challenges that people faced or mistakes that you might have made that
Mm-hmm.
you learned from. We don't have to like get into the
Nitty
details,
gritties.
yeah, the discriminating stuff, but what would be like a hard lesson that you learned?
There's been so many. Um, I think you need to stick to your guns. Like if you something doesn't feel right for you with a client, whether it be a personality or something just doesn't feel right, I think you need to trust that. We have instincts for a reason.
Hmm.
So I think you need to trust them. And if you have a feeling and you're not really sure, have a conversation with someone else.
Hmm. That's probably even more true for females in the business. I know there's a lot of creepy guys out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if something's off, yeah,
Yeah.
just get some help with that.
Yeah, and I mean not saying that anything will happen or ever does happen, but it's just you have to have that peace of mind too. So just have systems in place like if need be.
Yeah, I think it's good to be safe.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, again, just leaning on the parent thing again. Like I never thought this way before until becoming a parent, but
Yeah.
now like I can't even like walk around like and just like like oh look at the weather. It's like I'm looking at like the surroundings and
Yes.
stuff all the time, like dogs off a leash or
Yeah.
like whatever, a creepy person or
Oh my God, wait till you go to the grocery store and and like they go down a different aisle and then you can't find them. It's like
yeah, no, I haven't been there. And if she's gonna keep running, then it's like
it'll have, you better get one of those leashes.
I'm pro leash. My wife is not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she thinks it's like treating them like animals or something.
Oh,
But I'm totally pro leash. So
yeah.
I'll just have one hidden in my car. But the flip side of the challenges, like what would be like some of the highs that you've had in your career? Like,
One of my favorite things about it is calling a client and letting them know that their offer was accepted or their house is sold. So that is one of my favorite things. I have clients that I just recently sold their house not that long ago, and I text them and I'm like, "Can I give you a call?" And that he's like, "Oh my God, when you sent me that, I was like, what's happening? What's going wrong?" And I'm like, "No, congratulations, it's sold." And he's like talking about it. He's like, "I remember the last time you called me like this and blah blah blah." And they remember that.
yeah,
So I think it's the little personal things that make a difference.
yeah, that feeling never gets old, eh? Like
No.
breaking the good news
Yeah.
is a fun part of the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I have other clients that oh man, every time I see them, that we went into multiple offers on a property and they wanted to go to a certain price point. I'm like, I can't let you pay that much. Like, I think we need to go at this price. And they won. Like they got the house. So they were like, thank you so much. And
yeah,
thank God that worked out.
yeah. Then you come off looking like an expert,
Yeah.
the crystal ball, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. You've been in it for 14 years, so you've seen some different markets.
Hmm.
Like, what would be, did you ever have like a tough stretch through like a certain market?
So to be honest, COVID, everybody's like, oh, it's a great year to be a real estate agent. It was a great year if you had buyers.
Yeah.
But if you had sellers, if you had buyers, it was really tough.
Hmm.
So I think, honestly, I kind of seem to be the opposite. If it's a buyer's market, I have sellers, and if it's a seller's market, I have buyers. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say that was difficult because you're fighting for your buyers and it's a struggle.
How do you navigate that? Like, as far as it's going to be a lot of probably letdowns for your buyers, like,
Yeah.
property after property, maybe after
Hmm.
offer, not getting it.
Yep.
How would you kind of guide them
So,
through that?
yep. It's you have to stay positive yourself.
Yeah.
So, which can be very difficult, right? Because you're putting in all this time and your effort, and you see them get excited about a property, and you really want them to get it, and you have to be the one to break the news to them that they didn't get it. So, one of my go-to is like everything happens for a reason, and it's funny because every time that I've had to use that statement, it's been true that we've gone out and we've found them a better property. And they've always said that. They're like, you're right.
Yeah.
Everything does happen for a reason. Like, we would have bought this one, we wouldn't have got this one. So,
Yeah. That positivity is huge.
yeah.
Like, if you're not there to kind of help them with some wind in their sails when things are down, like, then it could just spiral
Yeah.
for sure. And I've had that same experience where things do happen for a reason. Better property comes up. It is kind of cool how I think just naturally that will happen if you like stick on the course
Yeah.
long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had anybody that like just kind of got very frustrated with what's happening in the market or with you or anything like a situation that didn't go their way and it
I
was
think
tough to deal with?
I think when you get into real estate, you're always going to have that situation. And again, it's staying positive because sometimes things go sideways or something happens or they anticipate the market being a certain way and it's not. They need somebody to blame. And usually that's us
Yeah.
because, they can't blame the market because they can't typically express emotion to the market. So we become kind of their scapegoat. And it's difficult. Like I take a lot of things personally. And I'm a big overthinker. So it makes it very hard that you kind of have to like, when you go home at night, you leave that at the door.
Mhm.
So
That's that analytical side of you.
yeah,
You
maybe.
overthinking.
Yeah. Yeah. What could I have done different? And it's like really nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes there is, like, don't get me wrong, 14 years, um, and I'm still learning. And you learn every day, you know, situations, different personalities now that we deal with, and you kind of see it all. So,
Hmm.
jack of all trades.
Yeah. Do you have any systems or practices in place to kind of help you keep that positivity and just to like whether it's something you do on your own spare time or anything like that, just to keep your battery recharged?
I meditate.
Do you?
Yep.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
wish I could.
Well, just because you don't think you're doing it, you probably are still doing it.
You think like just in daily life, you mean? Or
Probably.
yeah?
Like, even if, like, I've spoken to people who are like, "Oh, I can't meditate. Like, I don't know what I'm doing." Honestly, if you even just have music or something going in the background and you can shut down, you're still doing it.
Hmm.
So, I put a lot on when I'm like, when I go to bed or whatever, I'll put something on, and, you know.
Is it like just sounds or is it like the guided meditation with
I've done both.
yeah.
I don't want to get too hoaxy on you. People might think I'm weird.
Hey,
Or this might be my niche. I don't know.
could be. The last guy I did an interview with, his niche was very heavy into the meditation
Yeah.
in LA. And he even had like a tagline from saged to or from stage to saged.
Oh, that's cool.
Because like he would go in and do saging ceremonies for
Yeah.
people when they bought a new house. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, maybe
Give it a
that's what
whirl.
you need some rural people that are into that
Yeah.
meditation stuff.
The whole grounding and meditation and
Yeah, they're walking around barefoot.
yeah. Yep. Let's see if this home's for you. Take your shoes off.
Yeah, get your feet in the
Yeah. How
soil.
do you feel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should try it one time. See
I
how
should. Like, might get fired on the spot, but
maybe do a video, throw it out there. Your daughter could help you with that. When
yeah.
she's the more outgoing side, and
Should.
just say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing."
Yeah.
Um, is there something that like you stopped doing in the business or like just in life that helped you grow faster or get past like a certain hurdle?
That I stopped doing.
Yeah, maybe something that you let go of.
So I'm not a big door knocker. I don't know if that's kind of what you mean. It's not a comfort level for me. I can't just go knock on someone's door and have a conversation with them. And that is something that I try to work on too, but it's in general, like, I can walk in a room and it's sometimes difficult for me to, you know, be the one that starts a conversation.
Mhm.
So I look at other avenues so I don't door knock.
So what do you do? What's something that kind of drives your business?
Social media is a lot. Word of mouth. I'm on the Drumble Lions Club, so community work. I do quite a bit of that.
Hmm.
I've been the president for many years, and
Oh wow.
apparently I'm an upcoming president again.
Oh.
um, so yeah, I would just say, like, that type of stuff. And I think for new agents, like, you have to let people know you're an agent. Like, my daughter, my oldest daughter, they both play now, but has played competitive hockey for 14 years in air,
Hmm.
and yeah, like 2 years ago, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were an agent." I'm like, "Oh, how do you not know this?" But yeah, I mean, you get living your life, and you don't want to be. I'm not a flashy person, so I'm not like, "Here I am,"
Yeah, you
you
don't
know.
have the billboard on your car or
No,
anything like that.
I don't. But I mean, I'm learning that that's kind of that's how you get out there now, right?
Yeah, I think within reason too, like in what you said, like out in the community and stuff.
Yeah,
That's big. I got to do more of that. I just don't have the time.
yeah. Well, yeah.
A little
I
kid.
know it's hard.
I'm doing a pickleball tournament this weekend actually. So, but now I'll be driving there with a guy from Tilsonburg, so I got him locked up in the
Yeah.
car for like an hour. But yeah,
What are you gonna talk about?
yeah, exactly. Probably my taxes. He works for the government and he runs like the data centers.
Oh, don't drive him.
Well, I'll just say, just erase my file. Just don't even
Yeah.
look into it. Um, so speak just back to the hockey thing. Like, I noticed your social media, so I checked you out. Like, you actually have like over 1,100 posts on there, so you have been doing that for a long time. And the hockey
Stalker.
one, well, I got to look into it. I got to try and find these little nuggets, right?
Yeah.
But no, even before that, I saw you were strapping up the goalie pads. Was that the first time you did that, or?
Oh my God, Jordan. Yeah, I can't. I'm not a very good skater. Like, my kids tell me I look like a penguin. So, and I can't stop. So, yeah, they were having a parent player hockey game and they could not find a goalie. So I got told
Yeah,
that I was doing it, or voluntold. I'm like, yeah, all right.
went well.
Yeah, the equipment is a little big. I'm short. I know people can't really see on there. I'm short, so the pads that we got for me to use, like, went up to my armpits, but It was good. It was
Did you
fun.
have a couple saves?
It was fun. I did actually. I said there was a young guy out there playing, and he was like, "Oh, you robbed me on a few," and I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I've never done this before, right?"
Just a natural.
Just a natural, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah. That's good though. You got to get out there, do stuff with your
Yeah.
kids. Do you find like you're trying to bring them into your interests or you're trying to get into their interests?
Um, we kind of gravitate, you know, when Lily's been playing for so long. Grace played previously. She took 5 years off and now she's playing again. Um, and I love going to watch them. So it's just a passion of mine. Not that I've ever played the game or I'm, you know, I did play in a beer league a few years ago. That did not go well, but it was fun.
You're one of
Uh,
those crazy hockey moms out in the
yeah,
stands. Yeah.
yeah,
You yelling at, I could see that.
yeah. You'll really hear me yell when they get hurt.
Oh,
Like if so, yeah, like Lily's been rocked a few times and I'm like, where's their parent?
yeah.
Who is this kid? But yeah, but it's funny. You'll see too as your daughter gets older. We're very, very close. So I've been an avid golfer for many years. They took up golfing a few years ago, and it's not something that I've forced on them. They're just like, hey, let's go. And I'm like, sweet.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love that. I hope my daughter gets into golf because it could just be something that we enjoy doing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. We'll just see what she's into.
Yep.
Right now it's just like
Running.
something different every 5 seconds. So it's hard to keep up. But just curious, like if you kind of alluded to like how you get out there and do some business. If you had to start from scratch, like what would you do day one? You got no listings, no contacts. What would be your game plan?
I would circle marketing. So I would pick a neighborhood and I would postcard that and I would stick with that. I might Darna. No. No, because there's different that would be my thing is I would get out in the community, join groups or whatever just to get out there and get comfortable. And yeah, I think postcards, circle marketing would be focus on one area and then expand when you can. Don't try and do too much all at once because it won't work.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Um, would you recommend people do that like in their own area or maybe somewhere a little different? Like if they want to be a little more strategic about what they're trying to, like what type of house or
Yeah.
client they're trying to get?
I think they need to go with what they're comfortable with. So not necessarily, I mean, going in your neighborhood is great. I found it really hard actually to put myself out there in my own community.
Hmm.
It was, I don't know why, but it was hard for me. So for me, it was easier for me to I have a passion too for like wartime houses.
Okay.
So like the old brick, small, I love those. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Um so I think that you find what you like and go for it. If you're into condos, market to condos, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it's good to definitely find that niche and then you find your people, you find your niche, and that's probably the recipe for it.
Yep.
I was the opposite. Like you said, don't try everything. I was like trying everything. I
How'd
was
that
like
work for you?
spent a lot of money. I mean, you get some business out of it, but like it's not sustainable
No.
and you just get burnt out. And yeah, no, I think you kind of gotta focus on what you know, what you like.
Yeah.
It'll
And
come to
you may
you.
try something and it doesn't work for you. And I think a big thing in real estate is you don't have to be like everybody else
Hmm.
because there's so many different people in the business. You have to find what works for you and what works for somebody else isn't necessarily going to work for you.
So be yourself,
Be yourself.
like new agents, if you're giving them the tip, circle market, be yourself, get into clubs that you're interested in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Sports, if you play sports, you know, still do what you want to do and do what you like doing. And then the business should kind of take care of themselves.
Would you recommend like for a new agent to maybe get a mentor or join a team, or would you say just do it on your own with like some good support? Like, what do you think is the best route?
I would mentoring for sure.
Yep.
Like if you can find somebody that you gravitate towards that, you know, maybe you see them and I don't think you necessarily have to go with one. I think as long as if you find somebody that you know, you like what they're doing or you're similar to them, I think if you can learn from them, learn from them. Teams, um, I've never been on a team.
Hmm.
I do know that some people say if you're newer, get onto a team, which I don't think is a bad thing either. I think if you can learn from it, um, that's great. And I think that's the biggest thing when you're fresh out of school, you actually need to learn about the business
Hmm.
because they don't, I mean, you learn what you need to learn, but you probably sit down to write an offer and it's like,
Yeah, it's all new.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you might have learned how to read the document, but to how to actually fill it out like properly for different situations, like
yeah,
it's good to have that support for sure.
yeah,
Like I just think I got a little lucky with the offices I was a part of
yeah,
to have great support around me with other agents and leadership and stuff. So that
yeah.
definitely helps. Yeah. Hit the fell out of the lucky tree and hit every branch down. But yeah, I mean to be in Gale Group is just like the support around us is
Yeah,
crazy. So
I love it. Yeah.
yeah. Looking forward for you, like what's on the horizon for the next like 5 to 10 years? What do you think is going to be happening in business and life?
For, like in general, in my life,
Yeah, and business. I'm interested in both sides, so I
yeah.
guess you can take it one bite at a time.
I just want to scale up. You know, I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone coming to Gale Group because when you've been with someone for like the same for 13 years, I don't do very well with change. So, and I'm trying to change that. So I think it's trying new things and um, doing what I want to do and moving forward that way,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was interesting when you came into the building. I remember I was walking out and Jen's like, "Oh, hey, have you met Karie?" And so we chatted a little bit and you were kind of contemplating if
Yeah.
this was the right move for you, or maybe you were already like bought in and you
It
were just
was,
here checking it out. I don't know.
well, it was my overthinking. You kind of know, like, yeah, this is really good. Well, yeah, but why? And yeah,
Yeah,
the overthinking and the,
I killed your overthinking. I was like,
yeah,
just do it. You're already here.
let's see. Yeah. And what did that happen like the next day?
Pretty quick, yeah.
George's like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, close Karie
Yeah.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's been great. Glad you did come over because you and other people that have experience to bring in and share with everybody, and everybody's so open around here to share it,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Life wise, you still going to be kicking it out in the country, you country girl for life?
That is the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we built our house 3 years ago now. So yeah, we don't have any anticipations of leaving there for quite a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't either if I was out there.
No.
You got a nice place, new privacy probably out
They
there.
did take the snowmobile trail used to run across the front of our property. They took that away this year, which is a bit of a bummer, but
Oh, really?
maybe they'll bring it back.
So that's a whole thing, side topic. Like I had a client that was heavy into snowmobiling too, and he was laying out all the information of like the Ontario Snowmobile
Yep.
Association or whatever it's called. I don't know. You could
Yep.
probably fix me on that, but I had no idea how much money goes around that, like with the tourism and all the like paths that they have going all
Yep.
over,
It's
how big it spreads.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they decided they didn't want the trail on your property anymore.
Well, funding. There was funding that was cut, so they had to cut a bunch of the trails.
Okay. Well, somewhere you'll find a trail, I'm sure, but
Well, we travel a lot too, so we don't I mean, we don't get enough snow typically around here. The past couple of years have been good. This year was actually better than we've had
yeah.
in a long time, but yeah, we go to Quebec.
You should set up something like a snowmobile race or something like that. Like
Oh
within the,
God.
there's
Well,
like a,
we do grass drags. We do snowmobile grass drags.
oh really?
Yep.
I didn't even know that was ever a thing
Yep.
till now.
It's in yeah, September in Moorfield. Come watch.
Yeah, you know what? I think it'd be fun to just like check something out like that. And I know like there's a few people in the office that also snowmobile,
Hmm.
so it could get like a little derby going or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So as far as building a team, maybe the daughter coming
Yeah,
in
baby.
down the road, if you can,
We'll see. She changes her mind daily, but
yeah,
she seems excited about it. So
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Um, as far as like, I don't know, like maybe you have a great relationship with your daughter, but I'm sure there's some tough days, stuff like that.
oh God, there always is.
Yeah.
she's
Teenage girls.
she's my trouble, not my trouble child, but she's the one that she challenges me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could be a good thing, maybe.
Yeah. It's funny because um I remember back in public school, we had to do they were painting rocks. So it was like they sent these rocks home for the parents to put a phrase on this rock and for them to take it to school. And mine was so I always tell Grace, don't let anyone take your crazy away. So she's like, when she was younger, she was like your daughter. She was like bit of a wild child, you know. If you don't like this, I don't care. Like, you don't need to be my friend. Like she was, I'm like, you know what? That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Good
you
safety
are,
thing.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, you know what? I can appreciate her personality because no one will ever take advantage of that child.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome. Well, I hope that goes that way for you because I think that'd be pretty cool. I think it'd be a cool experience working with your kid.
yeah.
You could obviously like get her off on the right track right away,
Hmm.
be that mentor for her,
Yeah.
and then maybe she'll take it to whole new heights and build this whole legacy thing.
Right?
Who knows?
She'll be the next Gigi
Yeah. In Quebec when you're
in Quebec,
snowmobiling
right?
and whatever.
Well, she wants to go to warmer climates, so
Oh, okay.
she has it in her head she wants to go to LA or New York. I'm like, what?
LA. Hey, I got a connection with the LA realtor.
Perfect. Perfect.
We'll get it hooked up down there. That's awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming in, spending the time,
You're welcome.
and just chatting. It was cool to get to know a little bit about your backstory, and now it makes sense why you're a little more analytical because you have that whole background, which
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. But that's awesome, and the fact that you have like all the rural, like just knowledge of growing up that way.
Hmm.
If I ever have like a real property that I'm dealing, which got one, maybe I could ask you some questions off camera about
Yeah.
it. But yeah, no, I'll definitely lean on you for something like that in the
Sounds
future.
good.
So yeah, thank you so much. Well, this basically wraps up the episode.
Perfect.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. If you did watch this far, it's the Realtor's Journey. And thanks for listening. Hope you found a couple nuggets in here for your own career or your own life. And stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to have another inspiring guest. I can't even talk. Another inspiring guest. And yeah, we'll see you then. Thanks. Thanks, Karie.
No problem.